Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at some news. We've got news about an amazing product coming out of Japan, which we all really want, but is, shall we say, not going to be the easiest to get hold of. A truly beautifully illustrated promo card, and a bit of a weird thing in terms of missing pre-release promos. But we'll get to that in a moment. Starting off, the Sword and Shield 6A over in Japan, that is of course Eevee Heroes, is getting an Evolution set. Now, this is a kind of set we've actually seen before. You generally get one of these every time a new set comes out over in Japan. They tend to end up getting one of these boxes, so to speak. And they don't end up starting particularly cheaply, but then again, they do come with 2 booster boxes of the set. Though, of course, do remember when we're talking booster boxes, over in Japan, booster boxes are a little bit smaller and a little bit cheaper, but you're still talking 2 boxes of the set. That's pretty gosh darn good. Of course, boxes of the set aren't particularly exciting or interesting. They're cool, don't get me wrong. It's Eevee Heroes, more on Eevee Heroes in a moment. It's more just a case of you can buy them normally. What's cool about this is the storage box in which it all comes, with the beautiful artwork featuring, well, the Evolutions. I mean, you can see Eevee on the front there. Then there's Umbreon, there's Espeon, there's Galarian, there's Sylveon. And I'm sure if you were to turn the box around, you would see some of the others as well. You then get sleeves and a deck box matching that artwork as well. And the artwork is clearly like proper job, over the top, beautiful. And this is what you usually get, right? You get the 2 boxes, and you get the storage box, the sleeves, and the deck box. This is very, very cool. But there is something a little bit extra in the Eevee Heroes special box, and that is that you get yourself a VMAX promo pack. Now, the VMAX promo pack sounds very, very cool, and it almost certainly is very, very cool, but it also is extremely likely to be the exact same VMAX promo pack, which is coming along in the VMAX collection, as it is being called. Now, there's no confirmation of this, but it would be really weird if we were getting this VMAX pack in the VMAX collection, and then a completely different VMAX pack here. That, shall we say, would not make a huge amount of sense. And essentially, what you get in here is 1 VMAX and some Holo Energy, exactly the same as those old VMAXs, I say old, they weren't released that long ago, that came around in Japan. Now, that was the first time we ever saw Cramorant and Dalmise, and there were the reprints, alternate art reprints, but still reprints, of Cinderace and Morpeko. All of these cards have actually just come out in Shining Fates. All of these 4 VMAXs actually did make their way into Shining Fates, but this is a set where they originally made their debut. And you got one of them with, I want to say, 3 appropriate Holo Energy. Fire for Cinderace, Grass for Dalmise, Water for Cramorant, and Lightning for Morpeko. And in the Eevee Heroes VMAX collection, it seems like a similar thing. Hang on a second, 8 Evolutions, 4 possible VMAXs. It looks like, and we haven't, I don't believe, had this fully confirmed, but come on, it's blatantly what's happening. 4 of the Eevee VMAXs will be in the set proper, and the other 4 will only be gotten in these VMAX packs. Now, clearly the Evolutions are very, very popular Pokemon, and the 8 Vs look like they're all going to be in the set proper. The VMAXs, it's going to be half and half. And if these are really popular ones, like Umbreon, for instance, who's clearly the best, that is going to make them really rare and valuable over in Japan, because these VMAX packs are not going to last forever. Yes, you got this VMAX collections, and I'm delighted to say I pre-ordered 2 of these. Woo, go Wassy. But it really is nice to see that the VMAX packs are coming in another product. And look, it's this fancy product which is going to be expensive and sell out pretty quickly and all of that. but it's still going to be more copies out there. This does, of course, remind me very much of Umbreon and Espeon Prime. Now, over here, these were just in Undaunted, and they weren't particularly valuable cards. They were very standard, just in the set proper. Over in Japan, however, Umbreon and Espeon Prime could only actually be gotten if you collected points in the Pokemon Daisuke Club and then traded them in for them. So over in Japan, Espeon and Umbreon Prime are actually really rare cards, in the same way like Cramorant and Dalmais are actually pretty gosh darn rare cards over in Japan. Over here, I don't think we're going to see any of this. And I've had a few questions along these lines already, so let me be nice and clear. I know these VMAX packs over in Japan are going to make, well, presumably make about half of the VMAXs quite rare. Over here, it is not guaranteed, but it is overwhelmingly likely that one of two things is going to happen. Either we are just going to get these in our regular set, although do bear in mind this is Sword and Shield 6A in Japan, which means this will be in our Sword and Shield 7 set. As it stands at the moment, the best information we have is that this is coming on August the 27th, but obviously that is all subject to change, COVID and all of that good stuff. So either we'll get them all in there, or we'll get most of them in there, and then a couple of them will be held back for special things, like, for instance, the Dubwool V-Box. Although, to be honest with you, it would be far more likely to be a product along the lines of the Blastoise and Venusaur V-Max Battle Boxes that look very, very cool. I could absolutely see them being held back for that. Although, having said that, our next VMAX Battle Boxes are almost certainly going to be Gengar and Inteleon, which are coming in those VMAX decks I told you about the other day, so I don't know. The point of the matter is they're not going to end up being, even if they are really rare in Japan, they're not going to end up being really rare over here. Now, that promo card I told you about is an absolutely beautiful card. It is a Galarian Slowpoke friendly shop promo card. Now, obviously, there are three Pokemon all kind of chilling together. It is actually a Galarian Slowpoke card, but look at the amazing artwork. It's beautiful. Now, the card as a whole, I mean, the first attack, according to Google Translate, heals 10 from each of your Pokemon, and then free energy 30. Like, it's a garbage card. The card is terrible. No one cares about the card. But the artwork is beyond beautiful. We're not going to spend a huge amount of time talking about it. Now, over in Japan, if you spend 990 yen on Pokemon cards or Pokemon card products at certain shops, you will get yourself a copy of this. These kind of promo cards sometimes pop up in our promo packs over here, and sometimes don't. There is a decent chance that this ends up being a card we never get, but look at it. Come on. Isn't it beautiful? And the last piece of news we need to have a little bit of a talk about today is honestly a little bit of disappointing news. Because I want to say yesterday, Pokemon went and put up an article about the Sword and Shield Battle Styles Build and Battle Boxes. Now, remember, these should be used for pre-release, but of course, pre-releases aren't happening because of the whole COVID thing. So, essentially, some shops will just be selling these. I need to get in touch with my local game store, actually, and see if they've got one for us. So, you're not going to be able to just go and buy these from anywhere, and the online retailers that end up selling a lot of stuff are probably not going to be selling this. It is overwhelmingly likely, not guaranteed, but overwhelmingly likely that you're only going to find these in your friendly local game store. Although do remember, anybody can just buy these from their local game store and sell them online. A little plea from Wassy here. If you see somebody who is selling boxes of these online for a huge markup, they either work at a local game store or have bought out a local game store. If we could just ignore those people, please. Because actually, if we keep letting them do this, they'll keep doing this. And certainly, I just bought, once from Vivid Voltage, I just bought from my friendly local game store because they're awesome. But I saw a bunch of people, some before the release of the set, that had clearly just bought their local shop out and sold them online before release, or sometimes after, we need to stop this, all right? We need to stop people doing this. If you ignore them, they will go away. They'll essentially buy them at RRP and then be stuck sitting on product they have to sell below RRP. Try and buy them from your friendly local game store, please. And I know people are going to buy these all up and then try selling them online because some stores will let people do that. Please don't support those people. But what's really weird about this, they still haven't told us what the promos are. Like, these build and battle boxes should be available a week on Friday, the 5th of March. I did that video about how it's going to be the busiest day, I think, ever in Pokemon. Weirdly large amounts of stuff being released that day. But as it stands at the moment, we are, as I record, we are 10 days away from the release of these build and battle boxes, and we still don't know what the promos are. Remember, they'll come with 4 packs and some cards to build a deck, but they'll also come with one of 4 Battle Styles promo cards. Now, generally speaking, these tend to leak a little bit early because staff promos are sent out. And of course, the staff promos are the same as the regular promos, but you don't have to open the build and battle boxes to see them. So usually at this stage, somebody has got the staff promos and has posted them online. But of course, we don't have staff promos right now, so no one's posted them online. So no one's shown them off. What's really weird is usually when Pokemon puts up the article about this, they usually put the pre-release promos in the header on the article. They're keeping them a little bit of a mystery. Might we get all the way to actually picking these up on March the 5th and having them as a complete surprise? No, unfortunately, because somebody's going to get them early, open them and put them online. But still, it is very, very late to not know those pre-release promos. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, an amazing Eevee set, which I really want, and I'm sure you do too. A beautiful promo that we might get one day, cross your fingers, and some pre-release promos which remain an absolute mystery, which is a little bit weird. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about all of these stories, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.